is my favorite view of the Golden Gate Bridge. You really get a sense of its scale and size and how magnificent it is and beautiful it is. We're actually in part of the Golden Gate Park, and it's my favorite adaptive reuse story. So today we're on the other side of the bridge, and we're gonna look at a large adaptive reuse project called Cavello Point. It used to be a military base, and today it's a luxury hotel. My name is Bonnie Spindler, the Victorian specialist, and we're here with the American Dream. Here we are at Horseshoe Bay, named because of its shape. The Miwok Indians used to live here, and then when the Spanish sailed into the bay, they called it Punta de Caballo because they found wild horses running on the hillsides. When this area became a military base, they had minesweepers docked here. Today there is a yacht club, and the Coast Guard is based out of here, and people walk along the coast when they're visiting as tourists. So the United States took these lands from Mexico. In 1866, after contentious lawsuits, they actually purchased the land and started building the protections for the San Francisco Bay. So this is directly across from Fort Point, and so we could control the mouth of the San Francisco Bay. In 1903, the government started building the housing that you see behind me. It was for officers and enlisted men. There were recreational areas and the post. In front of me, which you'll see in a minute, is the parade grounds. And that's where they would practice drilling, and people were trained for over 100 years here to go into war. In 1973, this area got added to the National Historic Register. And in 1990, the government started giving these lands to the national parks. It was a gigantic give back, but the stipulation was that they had to make money. They had to be self-supporting. And so they went into a partnership with a private organization to create a luxury hotel where the government housing used to be. And therefore, Cavello Point was created. As you can imagine, with such a beautiful location, it's been in many media events. For instance, it was part of the Star Trek universe, serving as Star Trek headquarters and Star Trek Academy. It also served as the finish line for the Great American Race in #2, and it served as the finish line for Race from Alcatraz for many years. It was also in the Dirty Harry movie, The Enforcer. You can tell that it'll probably be used in many movies to come. So as I hinted to at the top of this piece, that we were going to talk about adaptive reuse, green, and LEED certification. And this project, one of the reasons I love it so much is because that 90% of the materials originally part of the military housing are still there. So those projects are green, and then they built some new apartments for tourists to visit in, and those are also LEED certified. Overall, this particular adaptive reuse, not only does it reuse the original facility, but 90% of it is original, it is green, and it is LEED certified. I'm Bonnie Spindler with the American Dream, and I hope to see you again next month.